Hi guys, welcome to part 5 of my art tip mini-series. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my top art tips about developing your artistic skills while I draw some flowers with oil pastels. Whether you're new to art or well into your journey, I hope these tips can help you out or give you some motivation to keep on going. These are things I've done to help myself improve and things I continue to do and remind myself while I'm making art. For the rest of my art tips, you can check out the playlist on my channel. I'll be attaching all the basic tips in a PDF at the end of the video so you can screenshot it and save it for later. I also have another video about my oil pastel process while I draw flowers similar to these ones, so if you're interested, you can also check that video out. Anyways, let's get into my tips for developing your artistic skills. You do not need formal training. Don't feel discouraged if you don't have access to any art classes or formal training. I've been doing art for almost a decade, and I've only just had the privilege of formal art training when I took a couple of courses in university. What's really most important in your art journey is spending time doing art, because it's the practice that makes perfect. You can learn so much about art from free resources. YouTube is one of my favorite platforms for finding information. There are so many amazing channels and videos from people who are super knowledgeable and well-trained. I've learned so much from YouTube videos over the years. TikTok is also another really great platform to find some art tips, tricks, and tutorials. It's really surprising how much you can learn from watching another artist. By watching a YouTube video, I can see an artist's process and techniques they use and try to apply it to my own art piece. This brings me into my next tip, which is learn by doing. You can only learn so much from just watching someone do art, but it's important to just jump right in and start creating. I learn so much each and every time I create a new art piece about things such as techniques that work and don't work, color mixing, etc. Experimenting is so important, and every time you practice, you gain more knowledge and skills even if you don't see it right away. So continuing to practice, you will eventually begin to see your improvement. My third tip in this category is to trust the process. This not only applies to your artwork, but to your journey as an artist. In regards to artwork, never give up. I always try to finish my pieces to completion, even when I'm discouraged by the way it looks, because it usually ends up coming together in the end. And sometimes it's just those final white highlights or dark shadows that really pull the piece together. It's important to keep going, because if you give up every time you don't like the way a piece looks, you won't be able to figure out the mistakes you're making. It's important for you to learn what's off in the piece and how you can improve it. This will really help to better your skills as an artist. As for your artistic journey, it's also important to trust the process and just keep creating. The best way to learn and improve is to practice, so even if you don't like the piece that you just did, that's okay. Just move on and take what lessons and knowledge you can from your previous piece in order to make your next piece better. Another thing is to try everything. If you see a medium or a technique that interests you, try it out. You'll eventually find the medium and the style that suits you, whether that be painting, drawing, ink, etc. It's been like 10 years and I've only recently finally come into the medium that I think is for me, which are oil pastels. But along the way, I've experimented with pretty much every medium under the sun: gouache, watercolor, pencil crayons, marker, clay, etc. By trying out a bunch of different mediums, you'll be able to find the one you love that really makes you fall in love with the process of creating. My next tip is to use a mini sketchbook. I love using smaller or mini sketchbooks for a multitude of reasons. First off, it's less daunting. You only have to fill a smaller space. This means you can finish pieces faster and get that sense of satisfaction quicker. I love small sketchbooks because I'm the type of person who likes to experiment, and I don't have the biggest patience sometimes for working on pieces that are going to take a long time. So a mini sketchbook lets me finish a piece in a day and move on to the next thing I want to create. Another thing about mini sketchbooks is that by being able to finish pieces faster, it builds up your practice more quickly and can speed up your learning and improvement. One of my favorite mini sketchbooks is the Studio Series A6 Field Sketchbook, and it's from Amazon. It's great for all types of mixed media and it's the perfect size. My next tip is don't compare yourself to other artists. I know this can be really hard sometimes, but just remember you are your own artist on your own path. Your art might not look like their art, and that's okay. Everyone has different strengths and artistic styles, so make sure to embrace yours. Don't get discouraged. Art is a journey, and it's important to enjoy it. Art should bring you happiness, so most importantly, enjoy the process of creating. And my final tip in this category is to create replications. While a lot of people advocate for drawing from your own ideas and from your mind, I'm a big fan of creating art based on reference photos or recreations. I don't think there's any right or wrong to art as long as you just want to create something. For the longest time, I would see other people's art that inspired me and try to recreate it. I think this really helped me improve my skills because if it was a style I liked, it would make me practice and discover what techniques I needed to use in order to achieve that similar result. However, with this, it's important that if you post the work, don't claim the idea as your own and make sure to give credit to the artist you took inspiration from. But nonetheless, there is nothing wrong with seeing an artwork you like and wanting to create it yourself. By finding inspiration from different artists and art pieces, eventually you'll come into your own style. And today, I continue to use reference images to inspire my artwork. So those are all the tips I have for developing your artistic skills. I hope you found them useful and that this video helped you out or gave you some encouragement for your art journey. In the next part of the mini-series, I'll be discussing some miscellaneous tips that I found really helpful while creating art. I've also just opened an Etsy, so if you're interested, check it out. The link will be in the description box below. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of this footage of me creating these oil pastel flowers. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Happy creating! you.